Good evening, everyone. This is Victory Lane Sports. Eric Nesbitt for TGC Tours TV, here with another edition of TGC Tours TV, the Admin Edition. We have one of our admins here tonight, Smiling Goats, Mr. Jeff Reese. Another admin, Mr. Scott Doyley, will be joining us in a little bit. He's just running a little behind. So for our first match, where we have a special guest, Reeb Doog, one of the designers of this next course, and myself, Victory Lane Sports, we will play in a skins match for this first matchup. So heading out to Ardoilian. Maybe Reeb Doog should train us all on how to say this. An island,
Ardoilian.
an island off the western coast of Ireland or something of that nature.
I don't remember. I just saw it for sale and was like, I need to buy that.
Well, if
And
you do
strangely,
buy
I
it,
don't have dollars.
you should create this course.
I don't have enough
You're wearing a
bushes.
cowboy hat, Eric. That's very original.
I figured I'd come in and try to play like you this week because I'm not doing well playing like myself. So
I wanted to play skins, but I couldn't take my avatar shirt off. I was trying.
Okay.
Your pants are on fire.
Got the pink flame pants and the cowboy hat. You look like one of the village people.
thank you very much. And the village will be right in the center of the fairway here.
Everybody, a little late on saying good evening to some of you guys. Welcome in, Matt, Cyborg, Greg, Terry. Thanks for tuning in.
It sounded like all the Waltons going to bed.
Yep.
Nah, John boy.
Hey, John boy. We just dated ourselves there, Reeb.
Hey, man, I turned 42 in like 2 weeks, so I'm on it.
You're 42.
Don't scare me none.
If you're 42, I'm 43, so we're about the same age. But like, even for us, the Waltons was old. Like we were like that was before our time, really.
This is true. This is true. And yet none of that kept us all from having a crush on Mrs. Munster. So.
Holy crap. Eric's not even saying anything. He's so taken aback.
I don't know. That sounded like there were some personal things going on.
I'm back.
You did model yourself after Grizzly Adams, though, so dating yourself a little bit.
Oh, look at this shot.
Nice.
Goats wants the skin on the first hole. These
Well,
conditions were privately
slow swing.
selected for you by one of the designers, Mr. Terry Grayson. So
yeah, so give us all the background on the course and who worked on it and all that, because I'm not familiar. Then,
sure.
I know Reeb was involved. That's why we got him on the stream. But yeah, give us the background.
Reeb was slightly involved, yeah. The genesis of it was
Slightly involved.
me and Matt and Terry wanted to do a collab together.
Matt Fritch.
Matt Fritch, sorry. I know there's a lot of Matts
Fred
in the
Mitch.
community.
Yes.
And it was, this was probably, Matt Fritch is in the chat here. I mean, this maybe was 5 months ago. It was a long time ago. And we started a collab where it was basically like, Matt, you mush up the land and lay down some surfaces. I'll do the sculpting and the greens, and Terry will come in and do all the finishes, the landscaping, the ambiance, all that. So Matt created a fantastically interesting plot, laid down 18 holes, surfaced everything.
Sorry.
And
Oh, Grizz.
I started sculpting, and I did okay, but didn't feel like I had a good enough vision.
I don't think that's what you said, Eric. I don't think that's how that went down.
Well, I haven't finished the story yet.
Okay, all right then.
I did okay. Didn't feel like I had a good enough vision for how this was going, and I contacted Matt and Terry and said, "Hey, I'm gonna get Reebdug involved here because I think I've royally messed everything up, and I think he can fix it." So they said that was fine. I gave the file to Reebdug, and he said, "How crazy do you want me to go?" And he went. So Reebdug sculpted, gave it back to
Oh my
me.
goodness gracious.
I did the greens and the pin sets. Gave it back to him for final touch-ups. Gave it to Terry for landscaping and ambiance, and here we are. So that's kind of the quick version of it, but basically a project that only took like 3 or 4 weeks in the last month of a file that we had sitting around for 5 months.
That's what I was
So
trying to do, but I
you
overcooked it.
basically listed half of the chat right now as having something to do with the course. Is that about right?
There was a total of 4 people. You shush.
That's right. Hey, if you're in the chat and you didn't have anything to do with this course, raise your hand. I'm kidding. So
We are
this
the
is a
Dirty
pretty,
Ankle
this is
Mafia.
a
We will work with anybody, including Reebdug.
hole right here. I like this hole.
They reach. I tell you what, it's a long way down there, but
Oh, look what I've done.
they do reach down and pull some of the less fortunates up. So we should all be grateful.
Yeah, right.
Now, what I remember is Eric saying, sending me a text or email or something and be like, "Hey, could you help me? I think I've just totally screwed this up."
Yeah.
And I start working
That is
on it.
accurate.
And I said, well, not totally. And then how much can I do? And Matt was like, delete whatever you want, move whatever you want. And I said, okay, here you go. I streamed a little of it, so some people saw it in progress.
So what was the inspiration for the course? Was it, did you design it after a particular
It didn't start that way.
setting, or like you just decided on the theme and just kind
I
of
don't
went
think
from
you guys
there?
even had a theme picked yet, did you?
No, because the original theme might have been rustic or countryside. And then I can't remember which one of it was. It might have been me that switched it to Highlands and started cutting off some of the side into water. And I think that's close to the point at which I called Reeve and said, "I don't know what I've gotten myself into."
Well, I
And
mean, looking at it, I think you had a vision of where to go. You just were like, I don't know if I can pull off what I'm trying to, which is fine.
and there's no doubt I couldn't have pulled off anything halfway what Reeve did here.
You would have done something different, and it would have been fine. Just not this. It would have been a different thing. It would have had porta-johns.
Once Reeve started
No,
rolling, though, he found an inspiration, and he said, "Hey, how about this?" And yeah, it really made sense.
I did. I found something kind of creeped out at me. It was actually really on this hole 3, that it started to come together, and I said, "Hey, I think I kind of want to go full fantasy with this, and just really, come up with some weird cliffs and landscapes, and can I get rid of some of these bunkers and move them?" And they said, "Yeah, do what you want." I said, "Okay."
Yeah, I mean,
I was
so
scared
far,
Matt was
like
going to be mad.
I really, what I think sets this one apart from the sculpting, obviously, is kind of thorough here, but the planting on top of that sculpting is what makes it different from everything that I've kind of seen in the game. That's what makes it stand out to me. You know, we haven't played enough of it yet for me to comment on the playability or anything, but just the visuals on the first 3 holes. That's my quick
Yeah.
takeaway.
And the rest of us, really, after Terry started working with it, I would not have seen this. But the scale of the planting is really what brings it together, because the plot itself is just a massive scale. And so it needed some sort of planting that would accentuate that, while at the same time, and this is going to sound like an oxymoron, but while at the same time making each hole feel somewhat intimate. Do you know what I mean? And so when he bumped the scale of these bushes up, it did something that's very similar to what Adam Benjamin or Fury does a lot of times, where his plot may be across the whole map and holes are spread out all over, but everything is so close in with the planting and scaled in such a way that it feels much closer and smaller than it really is, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
And Terry pulled that off nicely. And I'm sure that's exactly what he was thinking, isn't it? Isn't that right, Terry? As you were designing, sitting on your commode, doing your designing in the bathroom. He does all his best work in there.
I do
talked to
think
him. He's got a squatty potty and everything.
I do think that is the magic of the collab environment that's being created within TGC Tours, and it's not just us. I mean, there's so many good collabs. Think of Sweeten's Cove, for example, with Brian Petty and Job Fickett,
Nice shot.
and
Mhm.
what that kind of course means to the overall community and playability, and getting stuff out there like that. And obviously, guys have done that for a long time. Reeve Doog and Geddes and gosh, Turoro. Who else was involved in that? Just you two?
There was one other gentleman who laid a foundation for one hole and then disappeared. So we're just going to leave him out of it.
Okay, and then you've got things like the California Club with obviously Matt Fritch and Jeremy Mayo and Matt Geddes. So like there's, and you could just keep naming them. We're not the only ones doing this, but I think this community is so neat now with people willing to say, you know what, I'll step back. It doesn't have to be all about me. I'll take a piece of the pie so that we can have the strengths of two or three or four different designers and come out with something hopefully really good for the community rather than saying, oh, this has to be mine type of thing.
Well, and the best part about it to me is when Matt put down the surfaces, he had this was not in his brain at all, not even close. But it wasn't mine, and so I pulled the sculpting and the general look off, and then with the greens, I had some ideas. But would I have seen what you saw in them and moved them off of the surrounding land the same way? No, not at all. And then I don't think the rest of us would have come up with the idea of, hey, let's make bushes the size of a doctor's office and put them all over. So I don't, you know what I mean? It's just different visions coming together in a way that's very harmonious. Now, sometimes will that backfire? Yes. In this case, it didn't. The only backfire on this one was Terry as he was planting earlier. So there were some backfires.
On the commode.
On the commode, correct. Correct. The scrubbing bubbles will be required.
Yeah, so like Terry, I am reading the chat. I just, want to hear myself talk first. Like Terry said, you can see miles away, but it looks like it's much closer to achieve the proper scale. Like on these holes here, where you can see off to the right and you can see the horizon, which is out there forever, but yet you're on a hole that feels pretty closed in, like you've got to still be accurate.
And I'm sorry, I stopped reading the chat for the 3 minutes that you actually discussed the very things. So I'm glad we all agree. There. We all agree. Hey, look, it's my turn. Haha.
Well, I haven't designed much for this game. I mean, actually, not for this particular game at all, but since TGC1 really.
Bounce.
But when I used to design for the Tiger Woods game back in the day, I did a couple of collab courses with a particular guy that we just were compatible. And I think the thing that I'm kind of curious to get your take on this. The thing about doing a collab is, in some ways, it makes the process of designing a lot more fun. Like it's enjoyable to do and create something on your own and come out at the end of it on your own, but like the actual process of working with someone else and seeing what you come up collaboratively in a team can add some enjoyment, I think, to the process as well.
And I tell you, honestly, working in a collab environment where you can share back and forth and your responsibilities are only for certain bits is kind of my favorite. And I've told Eric this and I've told Terry this now too, but part of that is because have you ever found editing is so much easier than creating? Does that make sense? Like let somebody else create an idea and then go in and here's your favorite words, Eric, futz with it or mush it around. And it's just so much easier and more fun to me. Like anybody can look at something and go, yep, that's a good idea. But then you have somebody else look at it and go, that is a good idea, but this would make it an even better idea. And I don't know. It works pretty well. Unless you're working with Andre, then just ignore him.
I totally agree with what you're saying, Jeff. I think there's with the course I just did for the major. Obviously, I did that all by myself, and that's a whole different process. You know, it's many more hours just dedicated to one course and doing every aspect of one course. Versus that's the first solo project I've done in half a year because everything else I've done was with the Dirty Ankle Mafia guys and you know this collab and that collab and this collab and doing different things. And they're both enjoyable, but I tend to agree with you that the collab thing is just enjoyable on a different level. It's more casual. It's not stressful. At least it hasn't been so far with the Dirty Ankle guys. We found a way that communication works well between us, and so we just
Smoke signals.
Yeah, we just have a groove now.
Sorry.
Smoke signals, and so yeah, I love the the process of the collab versus being all by myself, you know, looking at a screen for hours and hours and hours upon end.
So how do we handle collabs when they're submitted on our site? Like, I don't even know a way
I
to
mean,
do that. Is there?
I don't
Last
think.
guy touches. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you guys want to do it. For us, we've just decided that uh,
Oh,
whoever was the genesis
Oh,
of the the course
money.
gets to publish. So, um, but like I said, we're not about the personal accolades or anything like that. So Matt Fritch published this because Matt was the one that did the original layout and surfacing, and so that's the most fair way to handle it. And you know, like
Oh,
I
crap.
I published Kiko
Sorry.
Islands, the
Sit
par
down.
the par three, because I was the one that said, "Hey guys, let's do a par three course," and I started it. Um, so as long as you have a collab group that's doesn't really care, then as far as how it gets on your site, doesn't at least to us doesn't really matter. But
And I'm going to sound like a complete jerk for a second, but I think Matt is right on this one. I think the sculpting and planting on this one kind of took what he had and made it something else entirely, which is totally fine. I mean, it is what it is. I'd happily lay down surfaces and let somebody else take it. That's totally fine with me. But no, publish it, get the plays, win awards, be cursed. When it's played on tour, everybody can be like, oh, that Matt Fritch guy. Look at that stupid green he made. Then Matt will get in the thread. Actually.
hit the pin. That's too long.
yeah, ultimately, I think it's up to the collab group. I mean, like
Oh,
Matt
for
said,
sure.
we usually have someone as the lead. Now, you know, Matt did say like, "Hey, I think you know Reeb or Terry should publish this," and I was the one that said, you know, I'm fine with whatever you guys want to do, but we kind of have a precedent set. So if we waver from that, then it could get to a point where we're starting to fight over who gets to publish courses, and then that would take the fun away from it for me.
Just send them all. Just send them all to Doily.
So
Publish this, Doily.
He'd gladly take credit.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Just send them to Scott. Be like, go for it. He'd be like, yes, sir. And not the Vern Lundquist, yes, sir. I mean, totally different.
welcome, Ariel Adam 68 in the chat. There, we see you.
Oh, go, 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 go.
Ooh,
Oh,
nice
there's
shot.
Doily in the chat.
Give me all the courses.
We should just let G Dog publish them all. He would be like the marketing arm for TGC Tours.
I like that, Matt.
Well, we're expecting a smooth flight today, and we also blame Reeb for the greens. Thank you for flying Grayson Airlines.
Eric, if there's an opportunity to do some stupid sound with my face, I'm going to do it. So just be aware.
I'm getting used to it. I'm okay with it. Oh, finally made a 6-foot putt to have the hole.
I was hoping somebody would miss again. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Now comes the fun. Did you see what Terry did?
Huh?
He aced this already.
Oh, yes. Yes, he sent that video earlier. I thought you meant in the chat, so I was like, oh, what did he do in the chat?
You don't want to know. I don't spread that around. Oh, 15 miles an hour. What do you think? What do you think? Let's just be stupid. It's skins, right?
Well, the nice thing about skins is one person could do something stupid, and the other two tie the hole. Then you get out. You get out of it.
Almost made it. Needed a fast. Yes, Doyley is the mastermind. This is true, Terry. Obviously, we named it after him. I mean, duh.
Oh,
wow.
My goodness.
Maybe a 3-wood or a 2-wood.
Let's take a closer look at this beautiful planting over here.
The mighty Boosh takes on a new meaning.
Holy cow.
You hit 2-wood? I thought you hit 2-wood.
I hit 2-wood.
Yeah, I hit.
I absolutely hit 2-wood. I just needed to hit fast.
I made a slight miscalculation.
Oh, no.
Well, I hit fast, very fast. very fast. Got me.
Well, now you get to see the scale of the bushes.
No bananas today. Yeah, doctor's office. I already said. Or at least a waiting room.
Next patient, please, Jeffries.
Hello, friends. Actually, he's got such a nasal thing. Hello, friends. A tradition unlike any other. Come down. Oh, come on.
I see you there, Matt Fritch. I see you. What in the...
He is way too tall to be Elton John. Look at that ball. It's just like never ending. Creeping along.
This is the flop that never ends.
I just like the fact that you've got a beard that you drew on with a Sharpie.
That was halfway there.
Everybody look, Eric's beard. It is. It's like somebody just took a big fat Sharpie and went on him. My tattoo beard.
I saw a guy with a nearly tattooed beard the other day. Funny you say that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Not like Grizzly Adams here. Every time he misses a shot. No, Ben!
Uh-oh. That's going to roll away.
Bye.
All right.
Eric and Elton John glasses. Which ones?
Who did these greens again? Oh, never mind. I don't want to talk about this. Oh, normally I push my chips. Not that one. Oh, look at this.
Nope. Well, this hole is taking much longer than anticipated.
This is some ugly golf.
Mm.
And after all that, we're going to have the hole. I put exactly what you told me to, Terry. Oh, yes.
Mistakes were made.
I'll let Reeve discuss this hole. Oh, you have a favorable wind, though.
This hole, this hole was it was fine. It tilted the other direction, and so, as I've said now to many people, it very much was one where I said, okay, Everything feels like it needs to slope left to right. So let's change that entirely and go right to left and see what happens. And it actually turned out really cool. It also was funny. I told Eric in a chat or something, I'm like, I'm messing with 7. I'm having trouble with this part. And you're like, what's wrong with 7? 7 was awesome. He didn't use those words, but he sounded that way. It was very much, ooh, look at you skirting danger.
A little fade up the right side there.
Mm. Little sexy Rexy. Dustin's Johnson.
Not quite as successful.
I don't know what about that phrase made me laugh, but that was good. I like, and guys, you will find that some of these greens, the parts of the greens are really a hazard. So don't think that just because it's a green texture, it's a happy place to be. Sometimes green is the least happy place to be. Oh, that's going to be awful.
Especially if it starts with gang.
Mm-hmm. This is true. Or Mean Joe. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah, I've never met any Mean Joe, gangrene, happy people.
Mm-mm. Unless you have a Coke. And then he throws you a sweaty shirt and you're like, hey, Mean Joe. Dated myself again there.
You are before your time, because those were all like first of all, I don't even know who Grizzly Adams is, but
Oh,
I
you're
mean, like
missing out.
roughly I know, but I don't like get the actual jokes.
Well, it's because your
Commercials
parents
was in the
didn't
70s.
force feed you like old crap.
Grow up on like Nickelodeon and Ovaltine or what? I mean, it's just I don't understand. I don't know. Nick at Night.
No, that was them. I was more of the Transformers is on, dang it. Or I need to watch G.I. Joe so that I can see people not being shot with lasers.
Who's Dan Haggerty? Hey, Trevor.
What in the Dan Haggerty going on?
Oh, that's a terrible shot.
That is coming back.
Yeah, it's just I knew because of the upslope it was too short.
Oh, if only Irving were in the chat, he would have said something there.
Oh.
The sculpting up here, like this green especially, the way the bunkers were sitting now and hiding the green and then the green kind of going away from you was a lot of fun to try and pull off. And Eric, I'm sure, had fun sculpting this green, didn't you?
It was really well macro sculpted already. I had to micro some pin positions on it, which was a little challenging, but we got it.
Hey, Terry, have you seen, if you haven't, you need to get on YouTube right now, and I want you to search Guy on a Buffalo. Don't even read what it's about, just watch it. That's just for Terry. The rest of you can ignore that. Guy on a Buffalo. Cyborg knows what I'm talking about. Terry would pee himself, which he might do anyway, but now it would be from laughter. Oh, hey, bye. Somebody make a putt.
Eric makes this, he wins the skin, so no pressure, Eric.
It's 7 feet, Jeff. I'm not going to make it.
Oh, he's on it.
Oh. Yeah, Trevor, I'm having trouble with my audio through Discord. Dwayne, Coastal Realty, is probably going to help me with it tomorrow.
This hole was a pain.
Well, it turned
Just the
out
way
to
it
be
sat
a
in the land, it needed.
good pain.
Oh, I know. It turned out awesome. At least this tee shot did. This tee shot turned out sweet, except for the butt crack.
Kind of like it now. I didn't just do that.
You heard it
did I?
here first. Eric enjoys looking. He likes butt crack.
As long as it's
what he said.
topographical,
Mm,
not anatomical.
that sounded more like a Sir Mix-a-Lot reference to me, Eric. Topographical. I like big butts, right?
This is a tough green. I hope I hope you guys have this hole, because being in the bunker is not a good place.
I told you to make this green tough, though. After sculpting this hole, I said it has to have a green that's going to make this hole. I mean, the hole's fine, but it really needs a tough green to work with.
Oh, this green's plenty tough. I'm gonna get plenty of emails about this one. What do you think you're doing?
You mean this here? You mean all these little whatchamahoozies? Like you buried Dolly Parton in the screen? Oh, this scares me. Doing it anyway. Ooh, this is going to be sexy. Except it's going to run off the back. Ooh, sexy off the back.
All right.
Boy, it sure looked good in the air.
Ooh, I have a better percentage out of the sand than I was anticipating.
Hey, it looked better in the air than Ian Woosnam on 12. He hit that ball and didn't even finish his downswing before he's like, oh, that's in the water. By the way, Eric, I told Andre earlier, my brother Mark got his orders for his new posting, and it's up in Washington. And it's just close enough to where when I go visit him, I think I'm going to have to bring my golf clubs. I think I'm going to have to go to Bandon.
Oh, that's a shame.
Isn't that, man, that's a stinks.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
I know. He talked me out of it. I'm doing it anyway. Can't stop me.
You can't stop me.
And he's actually moving there the same week that I'm going to be up in Whistler with the rest of the guys. So I'm like, I'm going to be closer to you than you really thought I was going to be that week.
And I'm not helping you.
And I'm not helping you. He even said that. Oh, so you're not going to be able to drive downhill? No.
No. I have paid for a golf trip, and therefore I am going to play golf.
Negative, Ghost Rider. Oh. Got it caught in my shoelace.
That's right, Ariel. I don't think you do, right? All right.
I'm just joking. He really didn't. It's really going to be more along the lines of trying to pick which Bandons to play, because I'm not going to be able to do all of them. I have to at least, spend some time with my family. Don't ask me why. I can't answer. Oh, my good gravy.
That's right.
I think I got out to a lead and was just like, here, have some skins.
Carried that one over. Terry, you aced this one too, didn't you? Or no, you almost aced it.
He almost aced it. Yeah. This hole was quite different when I first got it too. But
yeah, it was a par 5, 700 yards. Now it's par 3.
It was. It ended on an island out on the water. No, just the bunkering was quite different. Matt really gave us a course where the bunkers were really the focal point, and I tried to leave them as being good framing mechanisms, but with the land the way it looked, I just was like, yeah, let's use more of the ground. I just like deleting sand. I think that's the thing. I borrowed it to use on Bandit Ridge. I was like, nah, I need a little extra sand.
Yeah, I'm surprised the game had any sand left. I know the game doesn't have any sand left after Petty did Cypress.
Yeah. Had to go to Lowe's and get some more. I still like that t-shirt. How many lows would a Rob Lowe rob if a Rob Lowe could rob lows? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a giant pink koala bear named Ishtar went into the woods? Never mind.
This is a really pretty hole.
Here, Eric and I are carrying on. He's just like, that's a pretty hole. Nice. It's a good hole.
Just
I like
waiting.
how there's
Poor
grass.
Jeff, the only admin playing right now, and he's like, are these two ever going to shut up?
It's all good.
Oh, look at it curl. Look at, oh, Billy.
Nope.
Terry was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, Eric, you played that right off the top of that little knob, didn't you? Just about.
I thought I hit a good shot, but it just ran up this hill.
I played this one earlier and almost aced it. Same as Terry. Hit right off the top edge of that knob and it rolled up and then it turned right at the hole. Ended up being a little kick in. Well, hello.
Well,
Hey, Alex. Hang on a second. Hey, Alex. I need you to turn that off and go get to bed, all right? I'm just going to stop putting. I'm going to chip everything. It's not a sanctioned event. I can do what I want.
fist pump. Got a little fist pump from the smiling goat. Oh, I almost missed that.
My avatar's not used to me making a putt. That's the thing.
He's like, hey, I got to finish that animation.
So just in the spirit of fairness, because we both know this, Reeb, and Jeff doesn't, on these next three holes, everything over the cliff is OB. So just
well, depending how far over the cliff.
Yeah,
I tested that earlier.
Down over, it's, yeah. But here, I'll show the overhead to the Twitch family here. So a lot of it's playable, but we didn't want you guys to get trapped down there with no hope of ever getting back up. So at some point it becomes out of bounds. Jeff's like, I hit it right down the middle of the fairway. I don't know why you're telling me this.
He's like I care.
Somebody.
This was another hole too, where if you look at the way the land is, it would slope from right to left initially. But I said, screw that. Let's go left to right and see what happens. Especially up by the green. And it just kind of sits in there. It's nice. The next three holes are a very good stretch of holes.
I do believe.
Although technically, wouldn't a stretch of holes be like a chasm? Never mind.
I think the next 9 holes are really good.
Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh, yeah.
The next stretch of holes from 1 to 18 are pretty good.
You can't tell me what to do. That's right, Matt. Earth, gravity. Phi upon thee.
Oh, this might go in. It's in.
Oh, it didn't go in. Yeah, you're kidding me.
Hey, hey, wait. Somebody ask him why it didn't go in. My terminal velocity.
What? How did that not go in, Bryson?
Because it's me. Because
Stupid
it's me,
Bryson.
that's why. My ball is allergic to the hole.
Your cowboy hat. The hole just really wanted to say, "Not today, cowboy."
Jeff could be in line for some skins here because Reeb and I have tough little putts.
Hating on Bryson, yeah. Anybody who says terminal velocity when talking about a ball rolling on a green
What
deserves all the hate.
That putt broke right first
That
before it
broke
broke left.
exactly. Look at that. That putt broke into the beads.
That's what we call a green boner.
The bead right where the ball was breaking right. So.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Green chubs. The pins are set on extra hard. This is true. It's true. We could have used a softer flag stick, but chose not to. This hole is going to make some people mad because it can kick you right in the butt. I'm serious. I mean, it's like, oh, it's 433 yards, no big deal. It's 106 feet uphill, and your second shot is going to be on an upslope pretty much no matter where you are. Yeah, except right there, it'll be kind of on a side, but it will make people angry.
We like angry design. Now here's a hole.
Don't design angry. Yeah, going over to this far fairway with the pin where it is fine. You move the pin over to the right, and there's just no good place to drive the ball at all.
Never drink and design. That's what I always thought most Slorkman was doing. Drinking and designing.
You know what happens when you do that, right? Accidental RCRs.
Oh, very slow. That's baloney.
Too soon?
I get it, Reeb. I just didn't want to
I just...
I didn't want to fan the flame. I was going to call...
I wasn't going to say anything else, just that.
Yeah,
Just drop it.
Yep.
Oh, come on. That felt really good coming off. Oh, Billy.
I have a new nickname for
Nope.
Brian Petty. It's Dick Tracy.
That was his name in college. How did you know? His girlfriend gave it to him. Tracy?
Oh, boy.
Sorry.
Let's see.
Matt woke up to a LiDAR course. I don't know what happened, Doctor.
Not good.
It was close. You had the right idea. It just didn't quite pan out. Speaking of pan, some of these bunkers are not as flat as I would have liked just because they couldn't be.
That's gonna roll.
Nah, you're good.
Which one are you doing, Ariel? Which one are you OSMing? Which project are you working on for LiDAR?
With the flesh beard emoji.
And then, Jeff, you were going to say
Oh,
something.
nice.
Oh, look at this. You better stop. Jasna Polana?
Isn't that a sandwich at Panera? Sorry. It's just what it sounds like to me.
Every time you make a bunker, take a shot.
It's a Quiznos.
Oh, we don't have any Quiznos around here anymore.
That's not hard enough, is it?
They're all gone.
Is it hard enough? Nope. Dang it. It was the right line. I just needed to hit it harder. That way I could have gone further off the green. That would have been the thing. I
Kessler,
told you this hole's going to make people angry.
Mm-hmm. Except for
Ooh.
Jeff.
Cowboy Bob over here.
Kessler, I thought
Yeah,
you'd
I was
do
just
one of your Ohio courses that you always talk about, like a Muirfield or something like that.
Well, there, he said Tartan Fields. That's right there.
Yeah.
Next up, Scioto. I am working on one that's a links course, but I tell you what, the LiDAR is not as fast as I would have hoped. Especially on that course. Whew. Trying to get the bunkers to sit into the ground right is not an easy task. This hole is so cool. Look at this. There's this big saddle up here. Should be perfect for you two.
The green on this hole is a bit mean, but
Well, and it's different than when I gave it to you. This was another hole where everything looked like it would slope from left to right. And so up by the green, I said, nope, I'm going to put a big knob up on the right and have it slope from right to left. And by moving the bunker used to be really tight to the green. So I moved it away from the green, but lowered it more, which, in case designers don't understand this, I know most of you guys do, but you can move it further away from where you want it to be in play and lower it, and the effective play area is exactly the same, if that makes any sense. And it worked out really nicely. Well, does that make sense to you, Eric? I mean, you understand
yeah,
what I'm saying, right?
yeah. I was humming because I found that interesting.
Well, yeah, if you want it to play like it's a yard from the green, you can either put it a yard from the green flat, or you can put it like 5 yards from the green and drop it by like 6 feet. And it'll play exactly the same, but it'll look a lot better the other way.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
That, and you might get hung up in the rough, which sucks.
Look at these shots.
Look
These
at
guys,
this.
they don't mind this green. It's gonna
What are you
roll
guys talking about?
other way though.
so there's literally a thread in the forums right now that says that our TGC TV shows are very design oriented, all of them. G-Dog
Well, I
came to
will
our
stop talking about
defense and said, the admin show is not about design at all. Well, if they tune in tonight, it
Whoops.
probably isn't.
it.
But it
Okay, back to
wasn't.
dick jokes it is.
It's
don't-
fine. It's just I just think it's ironic because we really aren't a design show at all. But tonight it just kind of has happened to be the very day they created that thread. It's just kind of funny.
Um, what's going on isn't design oriented, is it?
No, I think it's just
It seems to be
of
candy oriented. I never understood that. It's all about candy.
yeah. No, I mean I think they do a lot of course promotion, but the best with the best courses and open for business and the lidar thing. I mean, there's a lot of design segments, but see, the thing is like I fine with that because I feel like the designers deserve all the credit in the world. So whatever credit we can give them, wherever we can give it to them, I'm all for it.
See, I mean, I like the fact that that show starts off with all of the results and all of the players, getting kudos for playing on the tours and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's a really balanced show. I liked it.
You're gonna
Everybody
dig this
likes the
hole.
show. I mean, you can't take one person's opinion and run with it for sure.
This hole's
I
like
mean,
a roller coaster.
the thing is what he was asking for is what he really wants is about that somebody playing a course at a high level and talking about playing strategy and how to course well. Well, here's the problem with the premise of that show. It would have to be somebody who is audacious enough to consider themselves a good player at this game, and I don't know very many of those people, and the ones that I do know don't tend to stream, and they
I was
all
gonna
play on
say,
PS4.
I know a
So
few of them, but they're not going to stream.
May I also say that to have a show that does that, you know what they would be talking about?
Uh-oh.
The design of the golf course. Because it's all going to be, well, I play over here because of this design, and I play over there because of that design. But whatever.
yeah,
If you understand the way holes are designed, you'll be able to play them better.
that's true.
As opposed to, could you imagine a play-by-play like, oh, he really flicked the left thumbstick forward with some real oomph that time.
Yeah,
Playing a
Jacob, that's
steamer.
exactly right. That's exactly right. That's what I was trying to say a minute ago. Whatever amount of time we can spend highlighting the courses that people make, you know, when I in TGC1, I mean, I built 4 or 5 courses, I think, right? But I determined it just wasn't worth my time because the courses would, they get, maybe if you're lucky, they get played on tour, but they get played for a couple of weeks and then they very rarely get dusted off unless you're G-Dog and then you just play every course a bunch of times. But, you know, to me,
Whoa. Bounced out of the
that's
Right
what
stand.
off the
kind of
deck.
that's what kind of turned me away from actually doing design myself. And I think the community since TGC1 has gotten a ton better about designers and showcasing courses and really crediting good courses when they come out. And the more we can do that, the better it is for everybody.
I think, I'm not positive, I think at the end of the day, at least most of us think also design is for the benefit of the player. That's, at least that's the way I think. I don't design for myself in the sense that I need to see all of my courses up on a plaque somewhere. I do it so that it's for the betterment of the tours for the players. And I think that's where it kind of works in harmony with each other.
Mm. Now, does that mean he doesn't have a plaque in his office? No, not at all.
I've got many of them, but
I'm
they're
just kidding.
from my job, not from this game. Humble brag.
You don't have a job.
Hang on a second.
Talking about this job, has anybody ever had him tried to find Eric on a day when he was like, no, I have to work? Has that ever happened?
Oh, please. I am the man, the myth, the legend.
Sure.
I am everywhere all at the same time.
That's funny.
That's omnipresence. Get up, you punk.
Yeah, I talked to Terry like all day long today. He calls me when I'm having dinner and playing with my son outside. Now he's all bent out of shape that I didn't return his call. Well, I'm sorry. Did I step away from my TGC machine too much today?
Oh, come on, Jeff. What putt is that? Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think if I didn't have so much admin stuff to do and all that, I'd probably get back into designing because I do enjoy it.
That'd be awesome.
When
Hey,
I get into designer, I've been in the designer in this game for about 15 minutes. I got in there, I started fooling around. I was like,
Oh, so you and
I don't
Dwayne
have
have a lot
time.
in common.
So then I just left. I was
aw,
like, and then it took me 15 minutes to figure out how to get out of the designer. And then once I figured out how you do that, that's great UI, by the way. And they just don't let you back out. First time was tricky.
sitting there not paying attention, and Eric wins $800. No, $1,800.
I'm sneaky that way.
It's okay.
It's hard to be sneaky in a pink outfit and a cowboy hat, but
Well, I guess it depends on where you're hanging out. On a Highlands golf course, yes, that would be true. An electric bull riding competition in Vegas? Not so much.
Because we love you, Dwayne. That's why.
I think that's the other thing for me. I sit in front of a computer
Kick.
a lot of the day. I'm always on a computer, so I don't really want to sit in front of a computer.
Yeah. That's fair.
We just got to do like Terry does. Just put it in the bathroom.
I was going to say, what is that exactly?
We already talked about this. We've covered this.
Yes. Go in.
Nice shot.
Go in. Hit a
Nope.
turtle.
Hey, Dolly Parton. Mm. Now, you're not going to come to Whistler with a whole big pack of shirts that look like the one you're wearing, right?
I would love to do that. That'd be awesome.
I think that'd be hilarious. We look like some dumb family reunion or something up there playing golf.
Yeah.
Guys, hold hands. No, hold hands in the parking lot.
Oh, stay up.
Find your travel buddy.
Find your travel buddy.
When I get to Canada, I gotta find some place that sells cowboy hats.
What do they call those in Canada? No, I'm just joking. You mean a Mountie bonnet?
A Mountie bonnet.
A mountain bonnet.
I think ReapTube just stole money.
I'm just kind of surprised. He's like, that's
That ball
actually
is
kind of
still
funny.
rolling, by the way. We'll be back in 20 minutes when this ball finishes rolling. Holy crap.
There was theft. Here, let me make some not design comments. I took out all the bunkers on this hole. This is the only hole with no bunkers, but it didn't need any, so. At least I didn't think it needed any. And nobody added them back in, so I'm guessing we turned out okay. Matt wasn't like, quick, give me the file. Bunkers. Oh, it's coming back. Well, then you were almost right, Matt.
Where are you going, Curtis?
I did thought it was a good idea. I was going to say a minute ago, I may have bad news for you guys unless you like playing skins a lot, because my wife just got home and I may have to bail after this.
It's not a problem.
No worries.
It's how Thursday nights go.
Well, no, she just gave me the look and was like, we need to talk about something. So.
Oh, hole in one on 17. Make sure you send that to G-Dog.
Nice.
Get a slice of the action.
What pin was that is my question. I haven't looked at the video. Because pin 4 on that, ugh. Pin 1, okay. That makes more sense. Pin 1 is okay for that on that one. Pin 2, you could get away with it on. The other 2 on that one, I think, are not an option. Oh,
No, I didn't get it out there far enough.
Flew your tail numbers off today, Curtis. Welcome home, buddy. Talk to you tomorrow.
get some sleep. Rest it up.
I like how Dwayne thinks he's the only one in the community
Oh,
that works.
I was not going to miss that one low. And I did not. Uh-oh.
All right. Ariel has a randomish question for designers. Cover your ears, smiling goats.
And whoever the other
Nobody,
person was.
nobody has any admin questions, but that's okay. Question, just so my self worth is justified for this evening.
Uh-oh. Eric, we got to do this now.
Oh, with this wind, absolutely.
Oh, that's well struck, but I think I'm going to hit bunker.
Bounce.
Yeah. The fast worked against me. Using more spline points to make them straighter. You know
No.
what? In TGC 2, that would not be the case. In TGC 19, the way the splines are handled, using more splines will give you smoother corners. Like, will it give you a straighter edge? Not necessarily. Will it give you smoother corners? Yes, indeed. Sorry if I'm disagreeing, but I believe in 19 the way the splines are handled, especially after the last patch, the only patch, the patch. They modified the pathing, which is why so many cart paths were screwy after you imported from 2,
Slow.
is
What a
because the
time to go
pathing
slow.
changed. If anybody wants to disagree with me, please do so.
No, I don't think you're wrong. I think I vary my
Oh, more
spine.
straight line.
I vary my spline distances based on where I'm at and what I'm trying to do, and it's very dynamic. It just happens on the fly. I think Reeb is right. The more you put around a corner, the smoother your corner is going to be when you hit that edit smooth spline.
Now,
But
now they're talking about something different.
oh well, yeah, okay.
90 degrees, there was a way to do that with splines. I never really figured it out terribly well. Taste had that down, but I don't know how he did it. As far as just straight lines, you can do that with just 2. However, I will say that if you stretch a straight line using 2 splines too far, it will get really wavy and wonky. I mean, it gets really silly.
Unfortunately, Wes, I forgot to put a goat on this plot. Completely forgot. I thought of it early this morning, and I didn't write it down, and then I forgot.
Just say it's in the water.
So there are no goats on this plot.
There is right now, brother.
That's what I'm saying.
That's true.
There's 3. Yeah, get over that. Sorry. One of them's happy. Sorry.
I have a feeling when Reeb does the par 3 of this course, there'll be some goats, maybe.
Probably. I will say the way where those rocks are that you can see over to the right, those little ruins, getting a tee there is proving difficult for a par 3, but I can do it. You just have to go
Even
to the
back over to
18th
this
green.
green? Or is
I
the
guess you
sight
could, but
is the
then
sight line terrible?
the sight line's awful. You can go to 18, but then it's like a wood,
Oh crap.
which is fine.
I drove the
One
side of the
star course.
screen and made par. Wow.
Well, there you go.
Taste is not still around. Well, that we know of by the name of Taste. So, I don't think so.
He now calls himself Smell. Sorry.
The Ardoilian ruins are out in the distance here, past this hole. Took me a ridiculous amount of hours to make a ridiculously small amount of ruins.
Well, they're heavy.
They were heavy.
The only person to help you was Caleb, and he's no help with that. Big
Not at
rocks,
all.
man.
Oh, this is in the water.
The bushes. That'll turn out just fine.
Oh.
Hey, yeah, I'm curious. Did you guys watch the video? How did that ace happen on us one earlier? Was it just like that, or did it come straight in?
I didn't click on it yet.
Hmm.
I should do that right now, and then I can answer that for you.
Pulled the crap out of that.
All right. I don't have the fancy dual. Oh, that's going to be OB if it goes all the way down there.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed your flight.
OB.
That was fun. Hey, let's drop it right here.
Sorry.
Seems reasonable.
What was that?
Some form of waterfowl.
I feel like that link goes to Poker Night in America, Wes. What the heck? Oh, there we go.
It's a Rickroll.
Here we go. Okay.
I was supposed to go straight over that hill instead of going to the left.
He's wearing a cowboy hat too.
Why is your golf so bad? That's not an admin question. That's just a weekly question.
Oh, wow.
Because you're not in here right now, Scott.
So the answer to the question, Reeve, is he went right at it, basically.
Nice.
And I got it slow. So I went from getting it fast to getting it slow. Just
These bunkers turned out really nice.
You getting in here, Doily? So Reeves dropping. So Doily, I think you should recruit a partner because I'll join Smiling Goats for the. Wait, I was gonna say the cowboy duo, but then you're just gonna get into some bad stuff there. We go down that road. I mean, I'd be happy to partner up with you, but if we start going all Brokeback Mountain jokes and stuff, I'm out of here.
Well, my golf game is effed, so it's a PG channel, right?
If Jeff
Well,
has
Eric,
time,
there you go.
I'm good with you ending too. Doily's shutting us down.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean, I'll continue on or I'll not.
I'll tell you what. For anybody watching, the second shot on this hole, especially in this wind, is going to be.
Yeah,
really?
This is not the time we want to miss this fairway now.
No. Said Eric as he missed the fairway.
Says a missed fairway. Oh, good bounce.
Oh, no, he bopped out.
Members bounce.
Wes, I'm so disappointed in myself for forgetting a goat.
Well, you should be, but I am too. But I wasn't planting, so you can get on Terry too. Oh, hey, look what I did. You know what always makes me sad? I just got a notification that Mike 3000 is playing Counter-Strike. It never says the golf club anymore.
That's a bummer. That guy was awesome.
Makes me sad.
Yeah, he was good. Terry, you want in?
Or I see Biggins playing an RTS of some sort. I was not playing with that shot.
All right.
You know what you need to do, Eric, and I know this is against your nature, but you need to change your colors to blue, and then you'll be Cowboy Curtis.
Who's Cowboy Curtis?
Never mind.
I'm sorry.
That's a Pee Wee reference.
Oh, like
That one
Pee Wee
didn't
Herman?
date me as much. Yeah,
Hmm.
Cowboy Curtis, buddy. Played by. This will surprise you. Anybody want to look? Somebody in the chat will tell us who played Cowboy Curtis on Pee Wee's Playhouse, and it'll shock you. Just watch the chat. Somebody will say it.
Billy Bob Thornton?
No, much weirder.
Oh.
No, not Tom Hanks. I'm going to hit to the green, then I'll give you the answer. Unless somebody Googles it first, I guess.
No, I'm not Googling it. I want to guess. I'm trying to like who would be of that age category.
Don't even think about anybody who would make a good cowboy, because this is not anybody who you would have thought of making a good cowboy, especially in that time and age. Robert Kraft. That doesn't even make sense, but it's very funny. Robert Kraft is Cowboy Curtis. It was Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh. Because I forgot to change it, Dwayne.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne.
That definitely is an odd one.
Nope. Cowboy Curtis. Powder blue, cowboy duds, southern drawl, Lawrence Fishburne. But he wasn't wearing his Matrix glasses, so it was very weird.
Slow, very slow. I can't even get close to the right tempo anymore.
And down and higher it comes. This green is another one that will make people ill.
I get to shoot again.
Do it. Still obey Shia LaBeouf.
Ah. What going on? Well, I didn't do that.
Is that a Russian spin-off?
What going on?
What going on? With the Garfink? Or maybe it's that cartoon Scrooge McDuck German accent where he rolls things in the back of his throat. What going on?
We should have an Impressions by Reeb show. That wouldn't be about design. Overread. The putt. Oh, you're speaking my language, Kessler. Tempo bothers me way less than putting. Putting bothers me to the end and back.
Somebody win this.
I think Jeff's going to get 100 skins. Nope, never mind.
Hey, thanks for that. that was a great way to end the show. Hey, look,
Yes.
Jeff's gonna actually get some. Oh no, no,
Never
he's
mind.
not. He's going to finish with 0.
Oh, we obviously have to rate that 5 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great course by Matt Fritch.
Created by Matt F27.
All right, Mr. Doyley.
All right. You boys have fun.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for letting me play in your sandbox.
Terry, you jumping in? Are we having a fourth for alt shot? Go a little quicker.
Oh, we just do 3-way stroke play and get done in 25. You guys did the long one there with 3-way skins, so
All right.
we'll just
Sweet.
get it just so we can plug the course and get some people
Sounds
aware of
good.
it.
All right. So Thistle Dell, coincidentally, also by Matt Fritch. It's Matt Fritch.
It's Matt. No, it's Matt Frisch year on TDC Tours. Basically took over 2019.
And do you know the conditions, or should I just default everything?
Just default stuff. I'm not sure what they. Well, hold on. I think they're up on the weather report these days, so we'll get something similar.
Okay.
Let's go with. Until I find it. What we got here? Wind speed, default high or medium. You guys pick. Basically, any wind direction. Go northwest.
Okay.
Everything else is default. So yeah, basically wind and direction is the only thing you need to worry about. Everything else is default.
We'll do medium northwest.
Sounds good.
And the T's are the long ones, gold?
Yep.
Okay. And we'll check out pin 1. That'll be the first pin of the 4-round. So we still got 21 people in the chat. Now we have an additional admin here. You got Scott Doyley along with Jeff Reese. So this is the part of the show where you can and should ask the admins anything that you want.
My question is, are you guys playing in the promotion event with the intention to promote?
I am.
I'm going to. I mean, I didn't play the last couple, but on the Euro, if I were to happen to make it up there, I mean, I'm very good at missing cuts on the web. So does it make which tour I'm missing cuts on, right?
It's a party up in Euro now. I just approved Crazy Canucks demotion request. So there's another person dropping from the PGA. That's.
Did you send Doyley an invite, Eric?
I did.
Yeah, I just got it, so I'm jumping in now.
Okay.
And if you guys want the breaking news of all breaking news, I just ordered that golf shirt. So you're going to see that in BC.
Wow.
The one you're wearing?
Yep. And I literally have those shorts, and I have a black hat. I'm gonna be looking exactly like my golfer. It's gonna be glorious.
Coincidentally, I just ordered this same outfit today.
Wow. You got in some dark corner of the internet to get that get up, did you?
No, I just went to gdog.com.
gdog.com.
And there it was.
Closed for any event. Yeah, I'm very excited to see my new tattoo golf shirt. See, that's the first time I think I ever succumbed to in-game advertising. Never mind these other games that try to nickel and dime me. I just dropped like serious cash on a golf shirt just because I liked it in this game. Some high-end advertising.
You should email HB. Say, hey,
Yeah.
I don't care about your PGA licenses. I don't care about your official courses. But I did buy this shirt from Tattoo Golf.
I had never heard of tattoo golf before this game, but I'm digging the shirt. And I go out there on these BC courses that are top ranked in Canada. I'm going to look like that. It's going to be amazing. And I might not make it to the first tee, but we're going to try.
It'll be like, who are you?
You cannot wear that garbage. Look like a golfer,
They'll
please.
be like, you're probably not from around here.
I'm also scoping out Bluetooth speakers. I'm going to come out there be playing jams on Jack Nicklaus North. It's going to be amazing. We're still going to get kicked off that course.
Is that a goal?
No, but it's going to happen. Ideally, if it does happen, hopefully it's on the 18th hole, but no promises. I might have to, and I might not even survive because if I hit a ball into the woods and I go in there, I might get attacked by a bear this time. There's actual dangers in these courses. I might just leave the ball and take the penalty stroke. So right away we see your promotion chances are not great for Smiling Goats.
I'm playing so bad tonight. I can't hit anything.
Yeah,
I'm
what's
not
going
even,
on?
I've gotten completely, I don't know. Tempo's not working. I'm not hitting anything anywhere near straight. The swing looks, sometimes this just happens to me. I don't know.
Yeah. I laugh because I normally play terrible late at night, and the last couple of nights coming home from work, I've played some of my best rounds. Of course, they never count for anything because I usually think I play bad. So I might have to start playing my rounds at 3 in the morning. Definitely
Shank,
can't play good in the morning. Not a
Shank,
morning golfer.
Shankslot says new to 2020 outfit design.
Oh yeah, that's what they need. Never mind this course designer.
Gosh.
You create what you do is you create your outfit, and then the most popular ones get produced by the HB Studios new clothing line. And off we go. It's hard to believe we're already at the third promotion event that seemed so far away at the start of the season.
Season's over halfway done.
Yeah, we're cruising through. There's only one more promo event, and then you're stuck. We got to go up the slow way. Well, that's a good looking shot.
Oh, be enough. Go.
So I guess my next goal is to actually get out and play a real round of golf this year. The
I
weather
know.
finally warmed up to the
I
point.
haven't played yet either.
You haven't? Has your courses open up where you are now?
I mean, I could have played at any point
Uh,
in time I could have played, but I just haven't been out yet. I didn't buy my membership this year, which if I had bought my membership, I'd have played a bunch already, but
yeah.
I didn't get it this year because last year it rained so much. I didn't get my money's worth at all.
You probably could travel a bit with your son's soccer. I'm sure you're gonna probably try to watch a couple games.
Yeah, I mean, he starts college this year, and I've got the Vancouver trip. I just decided to save a little money.
There wasn't any like your club allows you to do um, year to year. Like you could be a member one year and the next year you don't have to be.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. It's a public course actually, so it's not really a private club, but it's a really good course. Two courses actually, but pay year to year. They don't have unless they max out on memberships, which they do occasionally, but usually you're pretty good. They'll take your money.
I would love to have a golf membership one of these days.
I originally got it like a few years ago because it was a really good deal because I could go and take my kids as long as they were under the age of 15 or whatever, or 16, I think it was. They would play for free.
Hmm.
I could go out there in the evenings with my boys, and they didn't care. They were like, sure, didn't cost me
Nice.
a thing. My boys stopped playing really.
Almost drove that green. Yeah, I tend to play back, the back end of the season a lot more than I do the front end. So I usually come into those golf things in June or July. July might be all right, but I used to go on June golf trips, and it'd be like the first time I played in the year.
Yeah, I mean, the thing about having the membership that, economically speaking, you're right, Sir Thanks a lot. I could play a lot of different courses for the cost of the membership, but for me was I could leave work at 3 o'clock or something like that, 3 or 4 o'clock, and get to the course and wasn't busy, which a lot of times it wouldn't be during the week. I could play 18 holes by myself, and they would allow me to play by myself, and I could be done in half hours and be home for dinner, which so I would do that almost every day a couple years ago. Well, not every day, but 2 or 3 times a week for sure, and where it had value for me.
That'd be amazing. How close is the course to you?
The thing, it's 5 minutes away. Like
That's even
it's
better
really
too.
close. So that was the thing. I could go there, play, and then be home in 4 or 5 minutes. It was perfect.
Yeah, when our kids were younger, I was a member at a country club in Harrisburg, pretty close to our house. Same kind of thing, except the year that I wanted out, it was a 1 year. I think you still had to be a member the next year before you could get out.
That's crazy. They lock you in for like 2 years at a time.
Mm-hmm. Or like, yeah, additional
Well,
year after whenever you submit your letter.
the other thing that our course does, or they did up until, I don't know if they're doing it this year or not, but they've done it for the last several years, is even if you don't buy a membership, they have like what they call like seasonal passports, which you can buy mini memberships. So you get unlimited golf for like 3 months. So they have one like last year. I didn't do the membership. I just did the summer passport.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's what I did. So for June 21st to September 21st, I could play as much as I wanted, and it was like $900 or something. It was really cheap. I could look into doing that again, I guess.
So would you rather play, say, 15 rounds of golf at 15 different courses or 30 rounds of golf at the same course?
Depends on the courses, right?
I mean, I think in an ideal world, I'd rather play different courses, but the fact that they're so nice, it's so close. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the convenience of it, and I mean, they're nice courses, the two that I play there.
It's the new cowboy outfit, catcher man. It's got me like Euro ready.
Oh, he's warming up for this promo event. Look at him. He's off to the races. Euro ready.
I can miss cuts there just as well as I can on web. So
Yeah, I just missed my first cut. It's not that hard, boys. Come join me. Had a good streak going there for a while. Good couple months there without missing one. That's now over.
oh 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 boy.
And that's nowhere near the hole. I think this would be a nice course for a promo event. We've had a couple of hard ones. This one's a little more accessible, I think, than what we've had in the past.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be some low scores. So the only downside is the potential for a harder course to be a little bit more of a separator. Like
Yeah.
you could have CCF, CCG, have some hot days and make it all the way to Web or Euro right away, and maybe not quite be ready for that. But I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see the turnaround. I found like the opposite happened when we had that Q school at Magnolia the other week, where a lot of guys struggled on Magnolia, got put down pretty low, and then come firing out of the gates on the easier courses.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's kind of it's tricky. We have some guys playing in the lower tours that are shooting a little better than normal because they struggled on a real hard course. Go everyone but Doyle. What a guy. My favorite audience member, Irving R. Levine. Just because you're here, Irving, I'm going to try and put one in the hole. All right, never mind.
Boom.
Yeah, it's definitely a different skill set. I still think the best players still shoot the lowest scores even on the easier tracks. But that'll help sort more people. I think we used to cap off the promo event. So the first one, if you shot over par, you were unable to promote. The last one, I think we did 10 over because it was a real hard course. So this one will give us hopefully a bigger field because it turns out there's a lot of promotion spots available. I thought it wouldn't be as many this time, but the last 2 weeks numbers kind of dipped a bit. So there's lots of spots up there. So I think if you play, there's a good chance you'll find a spot above you.
Well, that putt, excuse me, that putt was fast. Ooh, good heavens.
Bless you.
Oh my goodness, look at that bad putt. Yeah, Irving, tee up the promo event. You can come join us on the Euro Tour. You're on PS4. That's got to be like plug and play, right?
Yeah, Ariel, I agree with you. For whatever reason, as bad of a player as I am, I tend to do better in the grinded out events where par is appreciative. Par is appreciated and birdie is rare. On these courses where you have to shoot 11, 12, 13 under, that's not my game. So
Yeah.
I'm at a high disadvantage at that. And nothing against those shootout courses; they're usually great courses, but it just my game isn't good enough for those. And
Oh, kick.
that's a me issue, not a course issue.
Oh, I like that kick. Look at this.
Uh-oh. I think I just ruined the round.
Oh, what did you do?
Oh, it stopped in the mud. I got to slow down swing.
Uh, I thought that was you on the left that was going for Albie. It's Jeff.
No, I got to slow down swing.
I was in the bunker. The
Ooh.
courses that have the flat greens, that's the ones where I kind of really
Yeah,
excel.
I know. Oh, yeah. I do worse on flat greens. Exposes my bad putting lines. My misreads get corrected by my bad shots and generally go in more often.
Wow. I am overreading these breaks big time. A lot of
I just
times
did the same
I
thing on my
underread.
last. Yeah, I did the same thing on a putt last hole, but mine broke like 2 feet where I thought it would do what yours did. Hit it about the same weight, so deceptive greens. That's how we get them here.
I like this course. I mean, this was nothing against Matt at all. And this is actually a compliment. This was a throwaway course for him. like he was thinking about using this as one of the contest courses. He started it and he was like, nah, I'll put it on the back burner and do something else. It's like,
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, this is great. This is like my front burner.
He's that good. Or he's like, oh, I'll just finish that whenever.
Oh, I crushed that putt. Sit.
I'm going to try to get with Doily or Larry Malone or someone in the next 2 days. Learn how to putt before this promo event and go to Euro.
He says that as I 3-putt and make a bogey. Don't join me. I'm going the wrong way. Oh, I like this club though. Should be good.
It's a nice course. I like it. Good vibes on it. Good vibes.
Yeah, it's very difficult to get frustrated on this course. It's nice and relaxing.
My beer.
What'd you say? Hold my beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait till the 16th hole, then we'll get some frustration. Oh, ball.
Oh, mine did the same thing as yours.
Yeah, just
think-
burnt the edge.
Matt, Fritch, if you're still in here, did you cut some of these cups just a little smaller than regulation?
Yeah.
Pretty sure he bugged out a little while ago.
No, Ariel, you're good, man. I think you're making valid points. Appreciate the chat, honestly. I'm trying to play and read at the same time. I'm sorry.
I went right through the middle of the tree, just for the record.
Oh,
Ooh, I think I'm going to try that line too.
I went right through the branches of the tree, but got through it.
Oh, there we are. That tree's 90% air.
Well, the tempo's been on point tonight, boys. What's that go?
Yeah, it's a very non-laggy course.
Oh, and of course,
Oh, what'd you do?
when your tempo is on point and your shots are good, it exposes how bad my shot setup is. I'm still 25 feet from the hole, 35 feet.
And I got a slow just as you said that.
I just made a 57-foot putt.
Oh.
Yeah, I just putted 57 feet with a 34 footer. So I got a 20 footer back. Right. Oh, it's a close match now.
I'm about to bogey, unless I chip this in.
Goats is back in it.
Just when we talked about tempo,
Yep.
I get a... Oh, man. I get a slow, leads to a bogey.
Every time I get a bogey, it always starts at the tee because I always get G-dog in it and try to hit fast, and then I get in trouble and then I can't recover.
I just hit a slow.
Slow. What's that go? 180?
Actually went 299. That wasn't too bad.
Oh, jeez.
You guys outdrove me by 10 or 15 yards.
Yeah, that's odd. Usually when you get a slow in the backswing, it goes almost nowhere. But I guess your slow on the downswing recovered it.
Yeah, it's slow in the downswing. It's kind of a power fade, right? So it kind of gives you the yardage back. It's a give and take, even though they're the same. A lot of good shots there. Goats, you can't miss right now.
I don't know what's going
Jeez.
on. What is that?
What is going on?
23-foot.
You've combined for like
50
80 feet in the last 2 putts. This is a nice hole. I like this. Ooh, bad tempo there. Got a little excited.
I might TGC1 math this event and everything.
Oh, yeah. Go old school.
Boom. Another big one.
Oh, my goodness.
What is this guy doing?
I don't know. They come out of nowhere.
Making long putts. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe the short putts I can't make.
Combined 108 feet. Last 3 putts. He's got a tie for the lead. Out of nowhere. No collapse in sight.
Wait for it.
Wait for it, he says.
Here.
We've all seen it.
Oh no. The very fast?
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Good morning, Dwayne.
Oh, dear.
I'm
Ever since
collapsing.
I mentioned the tempo was good, I've hit nothing but bad tempo shots.
Yes, likewise.
Yeah, I just hit a slow backswing.
Oh, that's not exactly tap in distance either.
Another bogey. Oh,
Double bogey.
wow.
That came around like a horseshoe.
Let's
It did.
let's make that a double.
I think you're putting like Jeff from 35 feet there. Except you were only 2 feet away.
Hmm.
Well, just don't do that in the actual event because that could possibly take you out of a Euro and put you back in the web there. That's a Jeff special, the 17th hole double bogey.
I gotta be honest. I don't have. I mean, I'm gonna try my hardest. I don't have a lot of hopes of being high enough on the leaderboard to be qualifying for Euro.
Yeah, that's still fun to try.
It's a pipe dream, but maybe I can catch lightning in a bottle. If I can cash in on these par fives like I have been, though.
There's your putting girl missing a 8-footer. I can teach you that. Hey, he comes back and wins it. Look at all the strokes you got.
Oh, it was a reverse collapse.
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
I shot
Hi,
over
boys.
par on back nine.
Get on the score sheet, Doily.
Yeah. What's going on? I'm getting worried. Right. We'll see you boys in Euro next week.
Yep.
There's a admin question in the chat here.
Oh, what do we got? Where?
Dwayne says, "Would I have been one you said no to if I wanted to be demoted?"
I haven't looked at your stats. I don't even know what you've been doing this year, to be honest with you.
Qualifying
Let
for the
me go. You
Masters?
got
Hmm.
Dwayne, Spawn Seller. Let's see quickly here. No, I would have said you do a lot of not plays, but you got a lot of miscuts. So I would say you would have got a yes. You're only making 58%, fitting in the middle. You're basically borderline is basically where I would draw the line, but I would probably say okay if you wanted to, because your scores would be competitive on Euro Tour. You wouldn't come down and just completely crush us.
So I can apply to be demoted to CCZ.
You could, but then I would say that to those people that they'd have to make you feel welcome, even though they'd have to look way down on the leaderboard to find you. I can't believe we have 190 CCZ players. It's
Is
ridiculous.
now, Ariel. It wasn't at the very beginning, but low
Yeah.
for the last few seasons.
Yeah, it was equal for the first year or first 2 years, and then we had to go to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead of a 1A, 1B. Yeah, Dwayne, like I say, you and Andre were basically the borderline. I gave Andre the okay. So, guys like
it was that way on TGC 2 also.
yeah, was it 2 we did that, or was it on 2 that we switched it?
It was.
I don't remember
No,
anymore.
because it was below it. So TGC 2 was last year was TGC 2. That was World Tour,
Yeah,
PGA, Euro. So
right.
it was definitely below PGA on.
And we did 2 seasons on TGC 1, right? Am I remembering that correctly now? The first 2 seasons were on 1, 3 was on 2, and 4 is on.
No, I think
We're in season
19.
5 now.
I think your first 3 seasons were on 1.
The first 3 seasons, maybe.
Seasons were TGC 1, yeah.
Wow. That was nice when they had that, a little bit of lack of every year a new game, and you can kind of settle in.
It was, but if we were stuck with this game for 3 years, I think I'd.
Nice round 2 there, Eric.
What's that?
your round 2 score. Real nice looking plus 50 on there.
Oh, what happened there?
I don't know.
Oh.
So you took a couple extra putts, maybe?
Yeah, I missed a lot of putts on that one.
Wow.
Oops.
Anyways, promo event next
Dwayne,
week.
You're wrong about that. It was not equal on TGC 2.
No. Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
think the last year of TGC 1, it wasn't equal, and then TGC 2, it definitely was not.
Yeah.
Definitely was.
That was back when Sweeney was winning everything on 1.
Yeah, TGC 2 was the year we did World Tour.
Sloan was on the other tour. So basically we had 2 full tours where there was like 5 people winning all the events. Everyone else was. So it was like 2 PGA tours. We'll bring back the World Tour next year. You guys will be happy again. We'll have a World Tour with 12 people on it.
Oh, is that a you heard it here first, or is that a tongue in cheek?
No, he's
very
stirring the
tongue-in-cheek.
pot. Is what he's doing.
We'll have a World Tour with 8 PS4 guys on it, and then we'll have a tour for the rest of us. The cut line's 4 people. You gotta be top 4.
Yeah, it's a little bit crazy, huh? Well, PS4 wins. Maybe it won't always be that way, though. Maybe the next patch will be, make things a little bit better.
The next patch.
Yeah. The next patch.
That's funny. It's good.
All right.
Good one.
Well,
All right.
admins, Doily,
Well,
Jeff,
thanks.
and for Tim, who's a hard-working man still, can't join us. I'm Victory Lane Sports, your host for the night. Thank you guys for coming on and doing the show for the community. That's it for this episode. And we appreciate everyone in the chat following along and being interested in TGC Tours as always. Make sure you check out Twitter at TGC Tours, and of course our forums where all of the community information from which courses we play to which courses we design is all hosted. So thanks a lot, everyone. We appreciate it, and good night.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you.
Good night, everybody.